right, so this is the reason why I stopped watching WWE, ladies and gentlemen. For this main reason why, excuse me. I think I'm catching a cold. Hopefully it goes away. So, WWE had their Wednesday, Black Wednesday, they call it, of releases. And you can see right here, Braun Strowman. Um, we're going to go by the list. And I'll give you, this article says it best. WWE latest rounds of releases highlights the company lack of creativity. The company's creatively bankrupt, and you can see why. But we're gonna go by the list right here. Um, it took the world by storm. People were pleasantly surprised about that. So this right here is, and this is the reason why I don't watch WWE. And I'm not trying to be mean and be like, oh, well, you're one of those people. You know, you're one of those people. I'm not really one of those people per se, but I'm not a person that will sit here and kill the funk, you know, like other people do. So sorry about that. So WWE had these releases, and honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I stopped watching WWE. We're not gonna talk about wrestling. Wrestling has been getting boring as of late for me because I grew up with the other style. You have the ruthless aggression style, but this right here, this just bores. This is why I just stopped watching WWE. Lately, if you notice, WWE has been doing a lot of uh, corporate company tactics, getting rid of superstars that don't need to get rid of, getting rid of people that don't need to get rid of, and they're making more money than they ever did in this company's entirety. This article states this best. Like I said earlier, WWE latest rounds of release highlights the company's lack of creativity. So anyway, we'll go by the list. I'm not gonna really read this article. You can read it. It's on bleachreport.com, and you'll read it. So let's go in order. We're gonna go start from the bottom. Santana Garrett. She did a couple stuff in TNA, Impact. She did some independent stuff, but she was barely promoted on the show. So you barely saw her. I think she had a couple NXT putting over people, but that was about it. Talented, beautiful woman. She'll find work again. Hell, Impact might take her back too because she was good in Impact. Um, I think she should go to AEW, but it's TNA, which but who knows? So yeah. Ruby Riot, another talented woman that needs to be in AEW because AEW needs some female wrestlers, some good talent between these two. I'll take these two wrestlers right here. Lana though, which I'm about to get to her, she's gonna go to AEW with her husband. That's already it's set in stone. She's gone. In those 90 days, she's gone. She will be there. If you don't think she will, you're a damn fool. She will be there. But if I had to choose between Santana Garrett or Ruby Riot, I choose Ruby Riot, reinvent her, make her the new thing in AEW. Murphy, he needs to go to New Japan. He needs to go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. One, New Japan needs some more foreign talent. Two, New Japan is in dire straits. They need a Murphy. He's closest they got to. He's the closest guy they'll get to a Kenny Omega if they ever could. If they want to put him in the Bullet Cup, cool. I wouldn't put him in there, but I'm not booking it. I'm not Gato. It is what it is. But I think he needs to go to New Japan. However, if anyone should pick him up, it's AEW. But then he'll be. I think he'll be. He won't mix. There's too many guys like a Murphy in AEW. He needs to stand on his own 2 feet and reinvent himself. So New Japan. So AEW, AEW, New Japan, Impact. That's in my order. Now these two here, Aleister Black is AEW for me. I think he should go to AEW. Braun Strowman needs to stay his ass at home. But If you really want to go between the two, it's gonna be Braun Strowman because of Mark Henry. Mark Henry is now in AEW, which was announced, so he's will be there. Which is funny. Mark Henry made that deal right before WWE did all these whole releases. Kind of figure. I mean, you talk about waste talent. Aleister Black is one of the most pure heart, and it's funny too. The Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black had one of the best matches almost how many years ago, and they're no longer in the company. That's a fucking shame. Those two were money made talents. We already the Velveteen Dream with his bullshit. I don't even want to get to it, but definitely Aleister Black. It's a waste opportunity. Braun Strowman though, what did him in was his contract. He made too much money, and there were more big guys coming around. However, you probably said, well, Braun Strowman was pretty athletic. He was, but he wasn't worth the contract. Honestly, I would have told W to cut me down a little bit. That's the problem. But he's a former Universal Champion. The problem with Braun Strowman and Aleister Black, but definitely Braun Strowman, I will get into is is first. Let's go to Aleister Black. Aleister Black. Well, Murphy, he was doing some stuff last year with the Messiah. Then COVID happened. AOP got released, and you know how that turned out. And that whole Rey Mysterio family bullshit debacle, that was just, I don't like it. So that's where he was, Now, Aleister Black is a talent that he was just booked poorly. He was a project of Paul Heyman's and booked pretty well. And then once Paul Heyman left, Bruce Pritchard got involved. Then that became an issue. Now, Aleister Black is doing a lot of damage control. It's like, oh no, they treated me well. No, the fuck they didn't, bro. If they treated you well, you wouldn't have been released. If they treated you well, you wouldn't have been gone for 6 goddamn months. If they treated you well, you would have had at least a Intercontinental title match, at least a tag team title. If you were treated fucking well, we wouldn't have this discussion. You wouldn't be released. You just didn't fit Vince McMahon's cup of tea, and you were in Vince McMahon's eye. Bruce Pritchard didn't like you. That's personally fine. You can admit to that. However, what I think is happening and what's fucked up is they released his ass. They might have just made a contract with his wife, which they're both stupid as hell too anyway. Aleister Black and his wife are retarded. She should have never made a contract with them again. I would have told her, I said, nah, I'm not going there. I'll give it a year. Boom. After that year, she's get released. Now, if there's talks of them working together, I'll be like, I tell, what's her name, Trinidad, I said, nah, I'm good. Tear that contract up. I don't want to work for y'all. Because she just released their husband. Now they're probably saying we could work some. No, fuck that. Let them go. If you're on a chopping block of getting released and you just had TV time, then nah, cut you. We're done. This is what I'll do. You hit me up. Don't worry about hitting me up. Don't worry about hitting me up. Don't worry about me hitting you up. I want y'all to hit me up with bigger numbers when I go into AEW or somewhere else and kill it. Thank you. But the way things are going, I don't think that's going to happen anymore because this new guy, Nick Khan, he straight up is like trying to sell this company. And we are at the point now of this company being sold to somebody. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. They did him no sir. This is probably the worst one. Not the fact because he was talented, not the fact he was good on promos. It's the fact that they build their own superstar by scratch. Talent, they build him up and they destroyed him at the same time. The feud he had with Brock Lesnar so many years ago, 2017. The feud he had, Roman Reigns, all that stuff. They built this man up and he tore him down. And and when he won the title, I just didn't care. Last year he won. I'm like, it's a little too late. He should have won against Brock Lesnar so many years ago when he was red hot. This company has had a problem the last several years of giving people titles when they're not hot. The only one they gave it to was Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston. Um, you know, I mean, it's only a few rare occasions they have, but this was They fucked up so badly here because this guy right here could have been their next not only big show but next big star, and they screw it. They you had fans chanting for Braun Strowman to beat Lesnar. You ain't gonna get that no more, and you fucked that up. Same with Joe. They fucked it up. I mean, Joe became injury prone, but not Braun Strowman. It is just crazy. And then he just had a match between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. This is I don't know. And then I want to talk about this guy for a second. Y'all might know him in wrestling. I see a lot of his videos. Um, and it's been popping up. He he did a video why Randy Orton is better than Kenny Omega, which is the most asinine video in the world. But this is the video I want to talk about because I'm not going to critique it. This right here, when he says AEW sucks, no, 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 no. WWE sucks. Sucks cock. And for him to make a video like that because you got copyright strike from AEW, fuck off. This video's stupid. Because what AEW is doing is giving you variety in wrestling. The storylines are not the best. I'm not going to sit here and kiss the ass of WWE. And let's not forget this bullshit they did a couple of weeks ago. But he want to brush this aside. But let's be realistic here. Shit like this makes you not want to go support this company. Shit like this makes you not even care about the company. They want to drop storylines. They want to stop people's pushes without a lick of making sense. AEW will give you example late. Give you at least a understanding why they stop things. With Luke Harper, his health. With certain things, it is just crazy how when I see a guy like this want to say he's all WWE and all that, but it's this and that, and it's okay, and it's oh yeah the hot takes and all this stuff. Like no, you call out their bullshit because these two superstars should not have been released. Aleister Black should not have been released. He did a video talking about it, but let's be realistic here. That video did not bash the company. Okay. And that's my biggest problem with people like him. You want to support a company like this? Go ahead. You want to support the direction they go with this company? Go ahead. But at the end of the day, I'll take a AEW over a WWE because this company's going down the toilet. Raw has been terrible. SmackDown has been okay. The only good thing is Roman Reigns, but I promise you, God, if Roman Reigns get fucking injured, SmackDown has nothing because they haven't built up nothing. And the storyline they build with Big E, they just canceled it. They just fucking canceled it. And you want to sit there and say WWE's better when they only have few storylines? They barely have any tag team. You mad because FTR doesn't have the belts? At least they got fucking tag team. Yeah, I'm mad because the Young Bucks, that's their style. I'm not a fan of their style, but that's their style. Well, Kenny Omega's not the best champion because Roman Reigns is killing it. I mean, of course. I mean, I'll say to God, Roman Reigns is killing it. But if Roman Reigns gets fucking injured, he gets hurt one fucking time, that company's fucking doomed. That company has nothing. Raw is just, I ain't nobody watching Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre again. This company needs a refresher ASAP. This company needs something new. If this company keeps going the way it's going, nobody's gonna watch it. They got their lowest rating this past Monday, which kind of conceals with Wednesday too. But this right here is what really triggered me. Not his video per se, but just these two getting released. You brought a guy in. You brought a guy back to release him. I've never seen that before in a company. I've never seen that. WCW was bad, but not this fucking bad. TNA has been bad too, but not this fucking bad. This company is creatively bankrupt. I want you to make a video about that, Productions. I want you to make a video about WWE creatively bankrupt. Because if you want to make a video about AEW is bad, you better make a fucking video about AEW, I mean the WWE creatively bankrupt. Because this shit right here makes no fucking sense. None. There's no reason for Braun Strowman to be released. None. You just had a match with Shane McMahon? None. This guy's a former world champion. Granted, his title means nothing because we barely remember it, but that's WWE's fault. They built up a star on the level of Roman Reigns. On the level it's close to John Cena. They built him up and they tore him down. And now they released him. Why would you build up a man then tear him down? And I hear the rumors, oh, Brock Lesnar put over people. No, the fuck he doesn't. He put over people because he knew he was about to leave. This is a guy he should have put over. Not saying he deserved it, but he was getting over. The fans reacted to him. Ryback said the same goddamn thing years ago, and guess what happened? Ryback didn't lie. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Ryback, but Ryback ain't lying. That man was fucking over. And they demolished that shit. Same with this man. Over. Demolish that shit. WWE really needs to start making stars so people can look at these guys instead of the old guys. But the way things are going, the only one they got is Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns never turned fucking heel, this company would have nothing. Nada. And it took him forever to turn heel. And I think Roman Reigns had to tell him, I want to turn heel when I get back. That's the only way I come back. And that's fucking pathetic. That's fucking sad. I don't know. I don't know. This just irks me. It makes me upset. And this is just why I stopped watching WWE in general. Wrestling too, I still keep up with it, but I don't watch it on a consistent basis. Hell, I watch a lot more New Japan than anything. But I'm fucking done. But if you're a WWE fan, more power to you. Not saying don't watch the product, but a guy like this goon, he's the main reason why I just hate WWE fans because they want to point out the bad in other companies, but yet this company is doing to a downward spiral. Lowest ratings ever. Kiss my ass, bro. Suck my damn dick. I mean, these videos are like, and this one really just, it triggered me, not because, and mind you, he's picking at AEW in the pandemic. AEW didn't know they had a pandemic the following year, so it's kind of tough. But what triggered me about this video is he wants to point out the bad in AEW, but he cannot point out the bad in WWE. Oh, it got better wrestling. Oh, okay. Better wrestling. How? What's the better wrestling at? If you talk about the pay-per-views, yeah, I'll give it to you. The pay-per-views have been decent, but the storylines have not been good. The payoffs have been pretty weak. AEW's payoffs have been mediocre at best, but they've been pretty good. Storylines have been interesting. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best thing since sliced goddamn bread, but at the end of the damn day, it's still good stuff. AEW has some of my curiosity. Not everything is what they do is good, but there's like 4 or 5 storylines I'm interested in. WWE, the only storyline I'm interested in is Roman Reigns in the Big E storyline with Apollo Crews. Now when they brought Aleister Black, I said, oh yeah, Big E never took on Aleister Black. Well, that shit's gone. And we ain't talking about Raw because nobody's interested in Raw. So you had 2 storylines. You just lost one of them because you got released one guy. So Big E's probably going to feud right back with Apollo Crews where they're easily transitioning him out, which was a good idea. So, yeah. I want you to make a video about that. You want to talk shit about AEW, you better talk shit about this company. I'm not saying you can't support this company, but at the end of the day, enough is enough. Quote Owen Hart. It's time for a fucking change. This shit needs to stop. Releasing superstars like this is just crazy. They could have called Braun Strowman and said, hey, look, you got to take a pay cut. If not, we got to release you. Braun probably would have took the pay cut. He said, yeah, that's fine. I don't need that much money. You think he would have said no? No, I think he would have took the pay cut. He loves the company. He's a lifer. He said he'll take the pay cut. Black. I mean, he wasn't getting paid no more than probably 200,000. They could have kept him. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. I'm out.